What are the different forms of diabolical activity? The Church teaches that Satan and other demons are real, not just symbols for evil. They are fallen angels, pure spirits who were created naturally good by God, but they made the radical and irrevocable choice to rebel against His will and alienate themselves from His presence. As such, demons are irredeemably corrupt, not because of any defect in God's infinite mercy, but because they knowingly and freely chose their permanent hellish state. Demons can also interact with the physical world and influence mankind to a limited degree in ordinary and extraordinary ways. Ordinary demonic activity is the common work of fallen angels, who, out of envy and hatred for God and humanity, tempt man to sin. Since the beginning, Satan, the father of lies, persuaded our first parents to mistrust God and rebel against Him. Yet a fallen angel can only affect a person's imagination, not force him to act against his own will. Christ's example of obedience to God during His temptation in the desert demonstrates what the Apostle James exclaims: "Submit to God, resist the devil, and the evil one will flee." Most priests belonging to the International Association of Exorcists generally agree that extraordinary diabolical activity can be subdivided into 4 categories, yet each happens rarely, and is usually attributed to someone invoking the presence of evil entities. The first is infestation, or the manifestation of evil in a location. Disturbances without natural causes such as voices, screams, knocking, apparitions, and moving objects may indicate the action of a malicious demon. Second is vexation, or physical oppression, involving unnatural cuts, bruises, bites, or incisions of words or images on the body. Third is obsession, or a direct or constant attack on the mind with evil thoughts and images. And fourth is the extremely rare phenomenon of possession, whereby a demon claims dominion over a person's body, but not his soul, to speak and act through him. The intervention of the Church in the form of blessings, such as exorcism, is usually needed to liberate persons and places from such influence, to reclaim them for God. But the Church also requires authorities to apply a critical process to scrutinize cases and discern whether evil is a probable cause of harm, or whether a natural explanation, such as mental illness or disease, which need medical care, is responsible. Some movies and other media exaggerate the more sensational activity of the devil, turning too much attention on demons rather than on the power of God who delivers us from evil. Even a trained exorcist, not acting carefully, can fall into the trap of looking for the devil under every rock, misidentifying anything unexplained or even innocuous in culture as diabolical, contributing to paranoia rather than healthy protection. The Church reminds us that the devil is not God's equal. He's just a creature with limited power. He's not even as powerful as a single holy angel, and he has already lost the war to Christ. But God permits the spiritual battle until the end of time to honor our freedom and bring about a greater good in the end. The faithful should not fear the theatrics of the devil nor despair when temptation arises. Rather, live the gospel through faith, humility, prayer, and worship of God. For in everything, God works for good with those who love Him.